It is my privilege to present the following program that was inspired by the way American businesses and organizations have responded to the events of September 11th. It's part of a special series produced by Heartbeat of America called Keeping America Strong. Each program spotlights a business or organization that is helping to do exactly that, keep America strong. And I salute the professionals who lead these companies and thus keep America strong. They are the very backbone of our free enterprise system. And today on this program, you will meet the individuals behind one such organization. I'll be back later in the program to introduce the Keeping America Strong Award. And now, let's learn more about the organization we are honoring today.
Today, the eyes and ears of the 21st century are focused on new developments, new technologies, new emerging companies. We're on the scene to bring it to you as it happens.
We anchor from our new studios in Los Angeles and then go out all over America to get to the heart of the story.
I'm Bert Tenzer.
I'm Bella Shaw.
I'm Doug Llewellyn.
And I'm William Shatner, and this is Heartbeat of America. Since 2001, our television series has been featuring entrepreneurial companies that move our country and our economy forward. Standing by at our studios in Los Angeles is one such company. Welcome. Good to have you with us. All right, let's begin by telling me what you do and who benefits from it.
I'm a facial cosmetic surgeon, and who benefits are the American people. I found that if you enable a person to improve their self-esteem by improving their looks, they're able to achieve a better quality of life. And after all, we're living in a very stressful situation today. And with cosmetic surgery, we can improve their life and the lives of the Americans.
Well, you're obviously successful. So what do you attribute your success to? Any particular philosophies or strategies?
I attribute my success to spending time with my patients, listening to them, trying to understand what bothers them so that I can plan a surgical procedure or a medical procedure to help them correct the problems that bother them.
Now, stay with us. There's more to come.
Thank you, William. Now continuing in our studio here in Los Angeles, I'm Doug Llewellyn with our guest, who is the medical director of the Palm Beach Institute of Cosmetic Surgery, which is headquartered, obviously, in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I'd like you to meet him officially now. His name is Dr. Douglas Dito. He is a cosmetic surgeon, and he specializes in everything from total body liposuctions to facelifts, breast enhancements, and a long list of other things that you do, doctor, to help people look better and feel better. Am I right?
You're right on.
Let me ask you a little bit about, first off, what do you think it is, the prime thing that brings people to you?
They are upset or dissatisfied with their appearance. And it's amazing. Sometimes it's a young teenage girl with a little bump on her nose. It's the divorcee who wants a new lease on life with a lax face and aging beat her up. And it's basically people who want to change their appearance and improve their life.
With the clients you deal with, does it really range the gamut from young people like teenagers, 14, 15, up into, obviously, into the 50 and 60 bracket where people are getting facelifts and things like that? It kind of covers the gamut, I guess. Is that right?
The gamut, even down to 4-year-olds. For example, the child born with lop ears.
Right.
And it goes up to ageless.
What are the most common procedures you find you perform?
I think the most common procedure I perform is a facelift. Patients that have had the sun beat up their skin, have had a particular lifestyle that did not lead to good skin, good life, good diet, and they're developing a turkey waddle deformity and their face is falling down, which is part of the natural aging process.
For the most part, when people come to see a doctor like you, do you think they have unrealistic expectations of what can be done for them or not?
Sometimes they do. And this is part of the communication. Part of, I think, my success in practice is spending face time with the patient, trying to understand what bothers them, and then whether or not I can realistically give them what they want with some particular cosmetic surgical procedure or medical procedure.
So what do you do when a patient comes in?
First, I sit down and listen to the patient. I listen to what bothers them. What are they looking for? I hand them a mirror. I say, look in the mirror and tell me what bothers you. It may be their eyebrows are falling down, their eyelids are heavy, They're dissatisfied with the shape of their nose. They're dissatisfied with the tracheowaddle in their neck. They're developing jowls. I have them pointed out to me. And then I have a computer imaging system. And I can put that patient's face on the computer and literally go through some of the things that we can do with cosmetic surgery.
You know, I'm tempted to ask you, is that kind of risky to give them a computer image of what they might look like? I mean, in effect, you're guaranteeing you can do that, aren't you?
Well, not really, because at the bottom there's a disclaimer. Right. But with the computer and the software today, you're absolutely right. I can show things that are not possible with cosmetic and facial plastic surgery. And that's where I think a person's integrity and ethics comes in. It's important to be able to show what could be achieved with cosmetic surgery, and I tend to underestimate, because obviously I found that if you underestimate and they're happy with that, post-operatively when they see the result, they're going to be ecstatic.
Now, obviously, you've been doing this a long time, right?
Yeah, about 30 some odd years.
You've got obviously lots and lots of experience. You're board certified, triple board certified.
Correct.
Explain to me why that's so important.
Board certification is a acceptance by your peers that you have reached a level of training and expertise that shows that you've done what's necessary to achieve that level of expertise.
I've always heard it said that, you know, you should never go to a doctor who's not board certified. You know, make sure he's board certified. Here's the key that I want to get to. Obviously, you've got experience. You know what you're doing. You do it well. What kind of a role does artistic talent play in what you do in helping people look better? Not just medical talent, but artistic talent.
I think those of us in facial plastic surgery have always appreciated art. And I have studied what makes a woman beautiful, what makes a woman or a man youthful. What are the changes that go through over the period of time that takes an attractive individual and detracts from their appearance? And by studying the anatomic changes and referencing that to artistic achievements, you can better achieve for the patient a good postoperative result. And having a little bit of appreciation for art is very important.
Let's talk about the various procedures you do. First off, when you do a facelift, that's an invasive procedure, right?
Correct.
Do you do this in your office? Do you do it in a hospital? What kind of situation do you do?
I can do it in my office, or I can do it in the hospital. I prefer to do it in my accredited surgical suite.
Okay. So you bring in the anesthesiologist and the whole team.
The whole team, right.
I mean, when you see someone, and now full facelift, that's a big deal, isn't it? And I know you have a couple of different facelifts you do. One you call a miracle lift. What's the miracle lift?
Well, the miracle lift is today's answer to the mini lift. And I would say that for every 10 patients that come in requesting a mini lift or my, quote, miracle lift, one will qualify. It's usually the younger person that has a little bit of laxity along the jawline that just needs a little tightening, a little refreshing. It is not for the patient that comes in with a huge tracheowaddle deformity, with fat accumulation, with banding in their neck, who want an hour procedure that's going to last any length of time.
What does that consist of?
It's a mini lift, and that's a short incision in front of the ear with a couple of sutures that basically freshens the facelift up and tightens it.
Okay. And it works?
It works.
Then when you do the full facelift, that's a procedure that requires some degree of, you have to stay home for a while to kind of recuperate, right?
Well, not really. I've developed over the years some techniques that facilitate healing. For example, when I first began doing this 30 years ago, the patient had a dressing on for 3 days, they had a drain, they were cooped up for 2 weeks.
Right.
Now with low-level laser light that stimulates wound healing, reduces swelling, reduces pain, platelet gel that enhances the healing response, the dressing's off in 24 hours, the stitches are out in 6 days, and the patient can go back to work in about a week.
How important has the laser become in what you do?
The low-level laser light, which stimulates wound healing, I won't do a facelift without it.
So it's made a huge impact then, right? And when you say low-level laser light, how do you use the laser in a facelift?
Well, low-level laser is different than the classic carbon dioxide lasers that we use for resurfacing.
Right.
Low-level laser means it's a cold laser. The wavelength of light stimulates the cells in the body to heal or to do what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
It brings in more blood vessels. It reduces scarring. It turns the nerves off to reduce pain. So it's the wavelength of light that's important, not the heat, not the power behind it.
And what's the overall goal in doing a facelift with someone?
The overall goal is to let that patient have a more confident, refreshed look. So they don't look tired, they don't look haggard. They classically will come in and they'll say, you know that face I see in the mirror? That's not the way I feel inside. And so by returning the face to a more youthful visage, they look in the mirror and they say, now that's what I feel like.
Now, in addition to facelifts, you work on a lot of other parts of the body, right?
Correct.
You do liposuction. At one time, I understood lipo was the most common surgical procedure, cosmetic surgical procedure done in the U.S. Is it still that way?
It is still, yes.
You do a lot of those?
I do a lot of liposuction.
What kind? Full body?
Full body liposuction. I call it laser activated liposuction because I use, again, this low level or cold laser that has been shown to soften the fat cells and facilitate their removal with liposuction. You can use arms, abdomens. The middle-aged woman, the menopausal woman comes in with an annoying roll of fat in their back right underneath the brassiere.
Right.
And it's very annoying to them. It's tight. Their clothes don't fit well. And with a simple laser-activated liposuction, we can return the waist, reduce the abdomen, and the clothes fit better, and they feel better.
What about the balance between men and women in your practice? Do you do a lot of men?
About 20-25% are men.
So men are willing to come in for these. And what procedures do you do most on men?
Most on men are facial procedures, and there's some body liposuction. They want to get rid of their love handles and their abdomen, but most of the time the men come in, for example, to be able to compete in the workforce. They're getting older, their faces are looking tired, and they know that in order to compete, they have to have facial plastic surgery.
So really, when you think about it, you can have a huge impact on someone's life, can't you?
Absolutely.
And you do, obviously. What kind of reaction do you get back from your clients?
I think the most exciting is when patients come back, and I remember one woman I did a facelift on, and she said, you have changed my life. I've gone through a divorce, I was down, I had no self-confidence. And she came back a year after facelift. She'd gone back to school. She said, you have literally changed my life. And it's things like that that really make it all worthwhile.
Well, there are lots of stories like that, I'm sure that you have. We're going to be back to hear about some of the other techniques. We'll get into breast augmentation, which is another really big area when it comes to cosmetic surgery. And we'll do that in just a moment.
We have been watching the operations of an organization which is doing its part to keep America strong. And we've been learning from its leaders about what they're doing to help move our country forward. This organization represents companies across our great nation that embody the spirit, dedication, know-how, and can-do attitude which has made America the great nation it is today. And now let's present the Keeping America Strong Award.
Now it's my honor to present this prestigious award to Dr. Douglas Dito of the Palm Beach Institute for Cosmetic Surgery in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, for the outstanding work he is doing to help keep America strong and looking good. Doctor, it's a pleasure to give this to you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank my staff. I couldn't do it without them. I get the credit. They're the ones that have contact with the patient. So without my staff and my whole crew, this wouldn't be possible. And I'd like to thank Heartbeat of America for recognizing me and my staff for this prestigious award.
You're very, very welcome, Doctor. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Congratulations for earning the Keeping America Strong Award, which honors innovators and leaders like you who are the heartbeat of America.
Our thanks to retired Rear Admiral Kevin Delaney for taking part in the presentation of the Keeping America Strong Award, the award that salutes small to middle-sized organizations who are helping to move America forward.
For more information on this doctor's services, you can find it at his website on the web. It's www.didomd.com, and it's spelled DEDOMD.com.
That's it for Heartbeat of America's special edition, Keeping America Strong.
Now for a final word from William Shatner.
I'm William Shatner. Thanks for watching.